Hello everyone. So now let's learn about how to pass arrays to the particular function in form of an argument. So let's see first. Okay, this is just example. This is array declaration, which is of type integer, and array name is hourly temperatures, and inside this is a constant hours in a day. Okay, that is 24. Okay, but it is defined as a constant. Now this is my function call, that is name of my function call is modify array. Okay, and you can see over here this is hourly temperatures, which is name of my array. Okay, on which I want to proceed, on which I want to perform some, okay, perform some operation or whatever. And this is size of my array. Okay, over here you can see name of array and size of array, that is I am passing to this function call. Okay, so this pass and this particular array and its size to the function modify array. So what you need to pass to the function? Name of array and size of array. Okay, it is not compulsory that you need to pass size of array like this. Okay, you don't need to declare constant, you can just pass like 24 integer value. And the prototype of this function is like this: void modify array. And you just need to be very careful over here. You can see over here, so void modify array, and inside this you can see integer array name. It is not compulsory that this array name and this array name it should be same. Okay, it is not necessary thing. It can be, but it's okay if it is not. After that, integer size. Okay, so this is just a simple example. Now let's see one program so that you can understand it in better way. So I have included this three library. Okay, stdio.h, conio.h and stdlib, and this is I have included to use rand function. Okay, because I'm gonna generate array values using random function, and I want to declare one constant over here, and this is size and value of this is, so this is how you can declare constant. Okay, declare constant. Now let's void main. Okay, void main. Now inside this, okay, first of all let me declare one array of size. Okay, so what does it mean? I can say like this also, that is array 30, because size is 30, but I have used constant instead of particular value. What is benefit of you defining array like this? If you want to modify this size at your requirement, then you just need to change value over here like this. Okay, 45, let's say 50, let's say 100. Okay, like this. You don't need to do changes inside this program over here, so it is just okay, to minimize your efforts. Okay, let's say 30. Now after that, there is another, let's one variable max is equals to 0. After that after that, okay, it's now. Okay, now I'm gonna call one function generate elements, and inside these elements I will pass my array and size of my array, which is stored in this size. Okay, let me size of array, so that, okay, now it's perfect. Okay, and this is function call, and what is name of my function? Generate elements array size of array, which is 30. Okay, so if I am calling this function, that means it should define somewhere in my program. Okay, so first of all, this is function prototype. Okay, function prototype. Now inside this I am just declaring functions over here, and I am just okay, but over here I have to define what kind of array what kind of array this function requires as its argument. So it requires integer, let's say temp. Okay, and it is integer size, so it requires two argument. One is kind of array which is of type integer, and second one is integer variable, simple value. Okay, so now let's define this function. Void now over here okay, now I am just defining this function. Okay, inside this function, first of all I will declare some variable, that is, let's say number, another one is I. Okay, after that I will call one function, that is srand, that is just a random function. But okay, I will explain you this concept later on. Okay, let me directly generate array 4. Now how many elements I want to generate? What is size of my array? That is 30. So I want to generate 30 values. Okay, so over here I'm just using for loop to generate 30 elements. So I is equals to 0, I is less than size. So if size is 30, then I is less than 30, that is 29 is valid value. After that I plus plus. Okay, and inside this for loop, let's say num is equals to random modulo. Now here is one condition. Okay, 20 plus 50, that's it. So it will generate values in range of 50 to okay, 50 to 59. No, it's 79. Okay, and after that, very easy, where I want to store this number. So this function will generate numbers, and I want to store this number in array index of I is equals to num. So this number is assigned to this particular location. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so first of all, let me explain you this statement. Number is equals to rand. Now this function is defined in stdlib library, standard library.h. Okay, now what is main purpose of to use this function? It will just give you a random numbers. Okay, totally random number, and after that on this whatever is returning this function, I have performed modulo 20. So what does it mean, modulo 20? So it will return me values in range of 0 to 19. Okay, and after that I am performing plus 50 operation. So I'm just defining my range. Okay, so it will be in range of a 50 to 79, and after that this number I have assigned to my particular array. Now you can see I should write like this. Okay, sorry. Why temp? Because over here we are holding that particular array inside this temp, and now you have I hope you have proper idea of formal argument and actual argument. Okay, whatever is that you have passed in actual argument, it's assigned to this formal argument. Okay, so that's it. I have assigned this value over here, and now what I want to do, printf array elements of array is /n. Okay, now for loop, let's say I is equals to 0, I less than this size of array. After that I plus plus. Okay, printf array. Now I'm also printing location, that means index of particular array. Okay, so this first %d is for I, and second is for array of I. That's it. Okay, now let's compile this program. After that, okay, we got this. You can see over here array elements of my array is, you can see array of 0. So what is stored at 0th index is 51. What is stored at array of 1 is 57, and likewise you can see all the array elements are listed out over here, and you can see indexing is from 0 to 29. Okay, so that means total 30 elements. Okay, now if I close this program, again compile and run, and you can see this is the same value. Okay, you can see 51, 57, 64. Now there are some requirements that whenever you run your program, okay, then it should give you different random values, and you can see over here this is the previous values that we have got while previous execution. Again, see this 51, 57, 64. So how can I change this? So for that purpose you need to use srand. You just need to call this function, but it requires one argument, that is time function. Okay, so this we are just giving these functions as a seed value. Okay, so seed value is nothing but you are seeding some values from where it can start generating random numbers. Okay, now if so you just need to remember this point, that if you want to generate random numbers uniquely every time whenever you run your application, then you should use function like this, and you just need to call this function at once in your entire program. Okay, so it's not like that if I am using this rand function over here, then call this. If I am using this like over here, then it is not required. Okay, you just need to call this once. Okay, now let me compile this program and run. Okay, now you can see. Okay, just remember 53, 56, 51. Okay, again if I compile and run, now you can see 55, 53, 59, 57, 54. Okay, now you can see this, it's generating random values with new sequence. Okay, over here it is 61, 65, 65, 63, 58, like this. Okay, so this is how you can use this function to generate random numbers, sequence to generate unique. Okay, to generate unique random number sequence every time whenever you are executing your program. So now we have printed our data. Okay, so now let's call function to find maximum. Okay, so find max, and over here from what values we want to find maximum. So this is our array. Okay, so I'm just passing my array to the function. After that I need to pass size of my array. Okay, now you have got the idea why we need to pass size of array, because over here I have used this particular value inside this for loop. Okay, yes, obviously if I am operating on my array, I should know the size of array. Okay, so now let's define prototype of this function, find max. Okay, inside this, the same argument I'm going to pass over here, but the difference is it's just returning value. Okay, now let's define this function over here, integer. Okay, but now we are function definition part. So over here I'm just declaring one integer max value is equals to initialize with 0. After that I need one I. Okay, after that inside this for loop, this one become very hot favorite whenever you are dealing with for loop. Okay, after that I, it should be less than the size, and after that now inside this statement I just need to check something like this. Okay, what is temp? If temp I is greater than value of max value, then what happen? Then very easy, it will just assign to this max value to the value of temp. Okay, so what's its so this is function to find max value out of array. Okay, so you can see over here we have put one condition. Initially when I is equals to 0, what is temp I? It's temp 0. Okay, okay, now let me return max value. Simple. And if this function is returning something, then I have one variable that can hold. Okay, compiled, and okay, now over here. Okay, now let's see. Whenever initially I is equals to 0, so we are referring this temp I. So what does it mean? It is array of 0. Okay, and what is value of array of 0? That is 53. And whenever this loop is iterating first time, what is value of max value? That is 0. So if temp I is greater than max value. So temp I is 53, which is greater than, obviously greater than 0. So what it means, it will store this temp I, that means 53 to max value. So now 53 becomes maximum value. Now in second iteration, I is incremented by 1. We have checked the condition, it's true. And again, temp of I, now a value of I is 1. Okay, so at index 1, what is value? That is 54. So is 54 is greater than max value? Now max value is 53. Okay, with previous iteration it becomes 53. So is 54 is greater than 53? Yes. So this value, that means 54, is assigned to max value. Okay, now with third iteration, I becomes 2, and what is at index 2? That is 51. So is 51 is greater than 54? No, condition become false. So it will just out and continue its iteration. Okay, and after checking for I is equals to 0 to less than size, it will just return this max value. Okay, so let me just print out over here. Printf max value out of array is %d. Okay, and max. Save this and compile this program. Run this. Okay, you can see the maximum value out of this array is 69. Okay, and you know why it is 69? Because we are generating, it will generate in range of a 50 to 79. So it is generating only 30 numbers. Okay, now let me put over here like this. Save this, again run, compile and run. Okay, so now it's generating in range of like this. Okay, and maximum value out of array is 219. Now if I want to generate, okay, we have covered our concept, but now I am just adding some another information over here. If you have range, for example, if you want to generate numbers from, let's say, 100 to 500, okay, you want to generate random numbers in between this range. Okay, so how can you do that? So over here you just need to, okay, let me define lower num, so it is 100, and upper num, so upper number is equals to 500. So over here I need to pass one expression, that is upper number minus lower number plus 1 plus lower number. Okay, that is expression. So if I compile this program and run this program, then you can see, okay, lower number is, okay, something went wrong. Okay, I need to close this parenthesis over here, not there. Okay, it's like this. So your number is modulo by your upper limit minus lower limit plus 1 plus your lower number. Okay, it's just same like this previous one, but I have just defined it in proper way so that you can use this expression whenever you want to generate random numbers in your requirements. Okay, lower minus upper minus lower plus 1, that is with what you are moduling that particular number plus your lower number. Okay, and if I compile this program and run, okay, now I got it. it's generating values in range of 100 to 500. Okay, you can see that is one value, that is 465. Okay, and 490 is maximum value out of this array. So this is how you can pass array as an argument to the particular function. Okay, so what you need to remember is, whenever you call for this is function call, okay, so over here you don't need to write like this. Okay, it will give you a error, compiler will throw you an error. So you just need to pass name of a array, okay, whenever you are calling function. But in function prototype and function definition, you have to put proper arguments like this. Okay, so this is all about how to pass an array to the function. Okay, I hope you understood this concept, and if you have any query, then please mention in comment. I will definitely solve your queries. Okay, so have a nice day. Bye bye.